please silence your cell phones. Not to forget that. We will have the invocation by Pastor Jan Ambrose.
Let's bow our heads for prayer. David wrote in Psalm 27:1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Because we walk in faith, Father, we fear not. Only believe. Believe that you are the great I am. Believe that the good work you began in us, you will also finish. We ask, believe, and receive wisdom from you this day for our board of directors as they conduct your business here in Livingston County. Bless them, Father, in every way. In the mighty name of Jesus, your Son, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor Jan. Next, we'll have Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Lovell. Okay, if we could have roll call, please. Christy?
Vietti. Yes. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Here.
Manker. Here. Barrickman.
Present.
Slagle.
Here.
Fannin.
Here.
Dyson.
Here.
Schaefer.
Here.
Menninga.
Here.
Kestner.
Present.
Welch.
Present.
Carly.
Present.
Weller.
Present.
Ritter.
Here.
Mays.
Here.
Lovell.
Here.
Ambrose.
Here.
Blackard.
Present.
Ehring.
Here.
Fitstum.
Here.
Arbogast.
Here.
Wilkie.
Present.
Runyon.
Here. Here.
Gotcha. We got you, Mark. Before the a motion on the agenda, I need to amend it. I'm going to add the proclamation of Respect Week. So with that amendment, if I need a motion,
So moved. Second by Fannin.
Carly and Fannin. Roll call, please.
Vietti. Yes. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker.
Yes.
Barrickman. Yes. Slagle.
Yes.
Fannin.
Yes.
Dyson.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Ehring.
Yes.
Fitstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
Runyon.
Yes.
Okay, there are no minutes at this time. I will move down to presentation, and I'm going to read the proclamation recognizing and declaring 2021 Respect Week in Livingston County. The Spread the Word to End the Word campaign is an ongoing effort by the Special Olympics and Best Buddies to inspire respect and acceptance by raising the consciousness of society. The campaign is intended to engage schools, organizations, and communities to rally and pledge their support and to promote the inclusion and acceptance of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The 2021 program is focused on the importance of connection. Connection is not only a relationship, but a shared strength developed between individuals. A strength where two individuals can feel seen, heard, and valued. Now, therefore, I, Kathy Arbogast, on behalf of the Livingston County Board, do hereby proclaim the week of March 1st through March 7th, 2021 as Respect Week in Livingston County, and provide this proclamation as our pledge of support and commitment to encourage inclusion and connection for all. And with that, I move down to the consent agenda. Need a motion? Approval of bills?
I'll make that motion, Ritter.
Ritter, second.
Blackard.
Blackard?
Runyon, second.
Roll call, Blackard.
Vieti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker.
Yes.
Berkman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Bannon.
Yes.
Steichen.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Herring.
Yes.
Fitstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
And Runyon.
Yes.
Okay. Move down to the action agenda. I'll turn it over to Mr. Carly, Sheriff Jail and License Committee, please.
Madam Chair, we have two action items tonight. It'll be the sheriff's annual report and the sheriff's semi-annual report. At this time, I'd like to ask Sheriff Childress to give his annual report, and I think he may have some introductions to do too. Sheriff, please.
Sure.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the board for allowing us to be here and present to you this evening. In the interest of time, if I could, I'd like to have each officer come up and introduce themselves to you just for the benefit of them and the board, and hopefully familiarizing yourselves with these officers and what we hope to be the beginning of a long-term relationship. And I had talked with Alina and Doc Curley the other day, and I thought it'd be a good idea to get some of the new blood introduced to the board members, just for the benefit. You never know when you're going to be out running around somewhere and you run into one of them, and I think familiarity is a good thing as it relates to the relationship between the sheriff's office and the board. So if I could, without further ado, I'll have each officer come up and speak to you and introduce themselves, and then I will do, after we're done with that, then I will do the annual report and semi-annual report.
Good evening. My name's Carl Ladko. Right now, presently, I'm working day shift. I am in the daytime canine handler also. Okay.
Welcome.
What else?
Nope.
What else would you like to know?
What was
That
your
is good
full
enough.
name again?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your full name other than Carl.
Oh, my name's Carl Ladko. I'm
Oh,
working the day
Ladko.
shift right now, and I'm the canine handler.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
My name's Katie Wilson, and I'm day shift patrol.
Welcome.
My name's Katie Wilson, and I'm on day shift just patrol.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Good evening. Deputy Jordan Blaine, currently assigned to patrol, and I'm on night shift. I wish.
Welcome.
I'm Matt Howard. I'm currently working on night shift.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Good evening, Deputy Keith Summerling. I'm a night shifter. I'm also a field training officer, and I lateraled here from another department within the county.
Very good.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Drew Chase. I am currently assigned to the Tri-Point School Resource Officer position.
Very
Welcome.
good.
Yeah.
Good evening, Deputy Sammer Asaf with Livingston County Sheriff's Department. I am night shift 6P to 6A.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Good evening. My name is Deputy Kevin Shaughnessy. I'm currently the town patrol officer in charge of Streeter, Flanagan, and Cornell.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
My name's Jared Maynard. I'm the deputy in charge of animal control. I'm a lateral transfer to Livingston County. I
Welcome.
work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4.
There you go.
Yeah. Rub it in. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
You guys are free to leave whenever you like. Or you can stay. It's up to you.
Except you guys on the night shift.
We all appreciate your service. Here, here.
The fine bunch of young men and women. We went through a lot of pain to try to pick the best for the best, and to get the best folks we could to give the citizens of this county and you folks the good service that we would like to provide. Okay, moving along. I have the semi-annual report and I have the annual report. My understanding is you folks have copies of them. Are there any questions that you would like to ask from them? And I'll go through one at a time. So I guess we'll do the semi-annual first and then we'll wrap it up with the annual. If there are no questions for the semi-annual report, we can move right on over to the...
Sheriff, I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
On the civil processes, is any of that going to, is any of that going to change due to some of the changes in the laws that they're perpetrating?
I don't expect it to. Civil process is just exactly what it implicates, and that is civil remedies that are used in the county with paper services and fees that go along with that. Mr. Fannin, I don't foresee any changes with the civil process as it relates to the new police reform bill, if that's what you're referring to. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move right along to the annual report. And I'm willing to entertain any questions with that, if need be, if anybody has any.
I guess it's my night.
Okay.
I understand that the bill that was proposed about the school
Policing reform?
Yes.
Okay.
About the school resource
Yes,
officers.
the part about
But that
SR.
was kibosh. That was killed, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that was my understanding as well, thankfully.
Good. Yeah.
So
What a great program to have it.
I'll never understand what goes into the thinking behind these new bills. But anyway, anybody else? Yes, sir, Mr. Waller.
Sheriff, can I ask a question that is not exactly related to your reports?
Sure.
Considering some of the reports and we see in some of the national media these days and the way police officers are being treated, are you finding it difficult to, I'm amazed that you've done such a good job on finding us quality recruits. Do we have plenty of applicants when we do need new personnel in your department?
Unfortunately, we do not. We've just been blessed that we had folks that were at our door at the right time. And we were able to vet them, do the backgrounds on them, and get them in with us and get them trained and get them up to speed and up and running. But I will tell you, excuse me, it's going to be a lot harder in the future to get folks of that quality. And you can thank the legislature in Springfield for that. I almost said you could thank one particular party, but I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just going to say that it's a sad day in Illinois when they go to passing bills claiming they're policing reform, and they're, in my opinion, they're nothing but egregious assaults on law enforcement.
Agreed.
And I don't know what you do about that other than trying to talk to the legislators and get them to change it. But as you all know, once they've gone down that road, it's very hard to retract them and get them to come back or, you know, to change it, to reform it.
Well, I think we can consider ourselves as a county very lucky that you've been able to find quality candidates for us.
We've been very, very blessed. Like I said, you're going to be hard pressed in the future to find folks of this quality. I can't say enough about the men and women that we have working for us now. That was 9 of our newest officers hired in the last year and a half. And that mostly came about because of attrition. A lot of folks retiring. We got to where we were an old department. And it's amazing how time goes in that it didn't seem like it was that long ago when guys like myself, former Chief Dutko, Captain Glowacki, Tom Hardiman, Jay Mitchell, Danny Myers. It didn't seem like it was that long ago when we were all the young guys. And then all of a sudden, it was like overnight, we looked up and we were all the old guys.
Yeah.
And now those guys are gone, and I'm still here. But with this policing reform thing, none of us know how much longer we'll be able to hang around and continue to try to give the county the quality service that we've prided ourselves on trying to give to you. So I look at the way things are going with Springfield and the legislature, and I just say heaven help us all, okay? Because it's not a good day as it relates to the legislature and the policing reform bills that they're putting forth.
Sheriff, do you mind if I share with the board briefly some of the information that I sent you this week?
Oh, absolutely. Go right ahead, Mr. Weller.
That I think should be very concerning to the public.
Yes.
They're not stopping necessarily at what some have proposed in not just Illinois but across the country. There's also a movement out there in this country to try to take the sheriff's position in our counties away from being an elected position. Now, I'm going to opinionate on that. That is strictly a power grab so that they can dictate who the sheriff is going to be.
Yes.
And what the sheriff is going to do. Just like we've seen in some of the state's attorney's offices in counties across this country. Not to put you on the spot, because it's only been a couple days since you and I conversed. Do you, as sheriffs, have a national sheriff's association, or is it just state associations? And are the state associations and the national associations coordinating any efforts to inform the public of this danger that is out there? And secondly, to fight it, to stop it?
What I will tell you is that when I was in Washington, D.C., the last several times, I think I was there 6 times while the last president was in, and 3 of them were this last year. I met up with a number of sheriffs from all over the United States, and I became very close and very good friends with a number of them. And one of them was Sheriff Mark Lamb. If any of you ever watched Live PD when it was on, Sheriff Mark Lamb is the sheriff of Pinell County, Arizona. And he was the very tall guy that wore the cowboy hat and went on calls with his deputies. The same way I do, you know, with our guys. There's times these guys will tell you they don't ever know when I'm going to show up at 11:30, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I just show up. That's what I do. And I'm happy to do it because I think it helps guys to know that, hey, I may be in hot water, but my sheriff ain't afraid to come and assist me with what we're dealing with out here. And that's just the police blood in me. You know, June 3rd, I will have been on the county for 30 years. And I'm not looking forward to stopping. I realize at some point I may have to. But anyway, so Sheriff Lamb started, I guess, what they call a super PAC. And it's called Save America Now. And because him and I became very good friends, he picked 6 other sheriffs, and there's 7 of us on the advisory board for Save America Now. And that's exactly what we're doing, is addressing the problems in America whereby anti-police forces, anti-law enforcement are coming after law enforcement, and we're going to do everything we can to take the fight back to their door. So I'm very proud to be a part of that. Great bunch of guys. Sheriff Jim Arnott from Greene County, Missouri. That was another police department that was featured a lot on Live PD. Springfield, Missouri is the county seat, I believe, for Greene County. Sheriff Tom Hodgson from Bristol, Massachusetts. Great guy. I mean, just a great guy. I'm sure many of you have probably seen him on MSNBC, on Fox and Friends, because he's interviewed a lot. And he goes to the White House, or did go to the White House quite a bit with this new regime. I don't know if any of us will ever get to go to the White House again, but we'll see. Anyway, just a great bunch of guys, and that's just one movement that I wanted to make you aware of guys getting together and deciding to form a group to try to do what we can to go against this bull crap that's going on out here.
So they are fully aware of the item that you and I conversed about.
Unbelievable. That was so appalling to me when I had trouble going to sleep after I listened to that, you know, because it's like you said, they're trying to subvert law enforcement and subvert the sheriff's office, and it's very difficult for me to put into words how I feel about that.
Well, you and I both.
Yes.
And for whatever it's worth, I think I will speak for myself. The rest of the board members can throw in their support to you as they would. But my opinion is this board will support the sheriff's department, and the fact that we elect our sheriffs from our residents doing that election rather than having it come from and appointed position from the top down.
Mr. Weller, I just want to say that thank you. I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank this board enough for your support of the sheriff's office. We've tried to do the best we can with what we have, and we've tried to be frugal with the funds that you've blessed us with, and that the citizens bless us with, and we've tried to do the best we can in getting you the quality type of people to give you quality service and to give this county quality service. And we will, as long as I'm your sheriff, we will continue to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Mike?
Madam Chair, I have a question for the sheriff. I'm going to take you back to the report.
Yes.
Sheriff Childress, if you please. Looking at your felony drug arrests, you reported
page are you on,
69.
Mike, if I might ask?
On the annual report, it looks like I'm on page 3. Nope, I'm sorry. 8. It says
Okay.
8.
Yes, sir.
Although I'm missing page 7, it just says 8. So I don't know if the numbers are right or not. Because I have no page 7 and I have no page 4 or 5.
Okay.
Arrest breakdown, felony drug arrests, looks, you reported 69. I don't remember from last year, is that an increase or is that a decrease? And same with, like, you know, if you look at some of the drug seizures, methamphetamines was 89 grams.
Yes.
I know methamphetamines is, in other places I've lived, it's been kind of a hot topic because it's just so easy to manufacture.
Yes.
Do we also see degradation of methamphetamine production in Livingston County?
We're seeing more. I can tell you that we're seeing more than what we used to. I apologize for you. I don't have the comparison for last year's, but I can get it for you.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, when you see a decline in income within areas, and I want to be politically correct, but just a decline in income, you see an increase in methamphetamine production and use. Right or wrong?
That's highly possible, Mr. Kirkton, but I don't want to say that before I go back and look at what last year's numbers were.
It would be interesting if you were able to come back and tell us, or just at some point, it don't have to be next board meeting or whatever, but I'd like to see, just for my own curiosity, if we're seeing a decline in felony drug arrests, in what drugs. I mean, methamphetamines probably concern me more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and are you properly staffed with the right number of officers in order to do what we need to do to combat drug usage?
Well, I will tell you that we currently have one of our, and it's actually our main guy, in Proactive, that's out in D.C. and has been for at least a month or better. And I think he's slated to be out there. He got deployed again. Wasn't supposed to get deployed anymore, you know, because he's been deployed so many times already.
Right.
And he's been in the Guard forever, but that's what came down from the federal gov. And it turns out this last group that went out to D.C., he was a part of that, and he's still out there as far as I know. Hopefully we'll be getting him back before long. And he really does us a fine job when he's here and not getting deployed out of our area. So hopefully we're going to get him back pretty quick, and once we do, we'll get things back up and running fairly well. But I will tell you the numbers have been down. A lot of it's because of the deployments. A lot of it's because of the weather. It's tough to go out and surveil these guys in snow and ice and 15 below zero weather. It's tough. But, you know, they get it done. in many instances, but I just don't think we have the occurrences of getting it done in this type of weather as we normally do in better weather. So I guess what I'm trying to say is better circumstances should yield us better numbers. But we just got to get through this next month or so, I think, and then hopefully we'll get back on track to getting proactive activity back up. So
It would just be interesting to see if, if we do have a lower drug arrest numbers,
Okay.
is it due to, better policing, or is it due to, we've already seen in the census, the numbers in Livingston County, population-wise, are going down as well. Income is going down too, so,
Yes.
this concern that I would have is our methamphetamine usage, is that production and usage, is that going up at the same time? That's all I was getting at.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Sheriff.
You bet. Yes, sir.
Sheriff, if I may. Couple things. First thing in support, I'd like to echo Mr. Weller's statement
Thank you.
on the support for the Sheriff's Department and the fact that it needs to be elected. Sheriffs across the country are the only elected law enforcement officials, and to subvert that is actually to subjugate the populace.
Absolutely.
And I don't agree with that. But also, question back to your annual report, average of 99 hours of training for your road officers, your deputies. Is that just mandatory training? You said training was down a little bit because of COVID. Are we working on increasing that any, or finding some beyond just mandatory training?
That's beyond mandatory training. That is mandatory, also coupled with voluntary training.
Outstanding.
Some of the officers will put in requests to go to different trainings, and when we have the funds and it's not an issue with manpower, we try to see to it that they get that training, because training is just something that is absolutely
I
necessary.
fully support
It's absolutely
training of line officers.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other questions for the sheriff? John?
I just want to say that I think your animal control department is doing a great job. I'm looking through the stats there. They returned, 56% of the dogs with their owners, 23% transferred to the Humane Society, 4% adopted out, and then a few were 10% were euthanized, which I assume that's bad behavior type animals or something. But like the Facebook page they have that they maintain, that they list all the animals they find and stuff, they go to that extra effort.
Yes.
That's nice.
And I once again, I can't say enough that the new deputy minor, he came in and he was very, very adamant about wanting to get into animal control. So we said, hey, we're talking about a guy that wants to do something that we're needing very badly right now. So I gave Chief Hamilton and Captain Greger, I said, the gloves are off. Let him do what he wants to do with it. And he has been, I'm getting calls from board members at the Humane Society saying, what is going on? Because they can't believe how much it's a new day at the animal control for Livingston County. So I said, hey, once again, that's what we're striving for, is excellence in performance and, and quality in service. And he's doing it. He's tearing it up. And he not only loves to do animal control, but we're talking about a guy that is not lazy and doesn't want to just sit around and do animal control, and then when he's done with that, job's done. No, he's out arresting people, doing traffic stops. If nothing's going on in the dog world, then he's out doing what he needs to do in the criminal world. And that's what we love. So yeah, once again, we're very fortunate and we're very blessed.
Any other questions for the sheriff? Mr. Carley?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Sheriff Childress for his reports. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that and appreciate you answering all the questions. You guys are doing a great job. I'd like to thank all the young officers that were here and introduced themselves. And as a board, we do welcome you to the county and thank you for your service. And I hope that, as I've stated in the past, if we see them on the street or somewhere, we thank them for being a law enforcement official and helping to keep our county safe. So thank you very much to your department. Tony, doing a great job. I really appreciate that. On that note, we have the annual report and the semi-annual report. I'd like to make a motion to accept those.
Yeah, I need a second, please.
Second.
Mr. Willer. Roll call on that, Christie?
Vietti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker.
Yes.
Barrickman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Bannon.
Yes.
Steichen.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carley.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Ehring.
Yes.
Vidstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
Runyon.
Yes.
Anything else, Mr.
I
Carley?
think that concludes our report. I don't think we have anything else, do we, Alina? No, that concludes our report, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff, for being here. Thank you to the deputies. I will echo everything that everybody has said here. We appreciate everything that you ladies and gentlemen do for our county. Now we'll move down to Highway Committee. Mr. Lovell?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've got two action items tonight. Number one, we had the February 2nd, 2021 letting, where we established all the seal coat, all of our unit prices for gravel for the county, culverts, basically everything for the year. We ended up with a low bidder of Benich Construction at 4.287697.38 on the seal coat. It's a winner takes all for all the townships and the county roads. Also, we awarded 2 bridges, and they went to Toby Construction. They're in Rooks Creek. They're a mile apart, so both of them went under one number. And that's the first item. The second item is a local agency agreement for federal participation for County Highway CH1 and McLean County Highway 1. We're going to do a joint project going from Fairbury south. A mile and a half of it's in McLean County, but it will be run by Livingston County with matching funds from them and also from the federal government. Clay is also on tonight. If anybody's got any questions on any of them items, there's about 40 pages here of letting results, so anybody got questions? Shoot. I'll make a motion to accept both items.
Okay, need a second, please? Runyon?
Runyon, second.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. Roll call, please. Christie?
Vietti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker.
Yes.
Barrickman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Bannon.
Yes.
Steichen.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carley.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Ehring.
Yes.
Vidstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
Runyon.
Yes.
Madam Chair, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Now we'll move down to Finance Committee. Mr. Schaefer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A couple items for you. Resolution, firstly, a resolution authorizing some 2020 year-end transfers annually. There's always some things pending at the actual physical close of the year. Those have to be cleaned up later as they're recognized, and that is what this resolution before you indeed does. I would motion that it be approved.
Second
Need a
by
second?
Fannin.
Fannin, second. Roll call, please.
Vietti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker. Berkman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Fannin.
Yes.
Steichen.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Ayring.
Yes.
Fitstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
And Runyon.
Yes.
Great, thank you very much. Only other item we have is part of the duties of the circuit clerk is to report to us on a semi-annual basis. Leanne is here tonight, and would you care to make any remarks about the report, Leanne?
Good evening. I really don't have any remarks to make. I'm here if you have any questions.
And/or questions? You're a very effective presenter. Obviously. No, thank you as always. Hearing none, I'd motion that the report be accepted and approved.
Bunting will second.
Bunting, second. Any discussion? I apologize for not asking that earlier. Okay, roll call, please.
Vietti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker. Berkman.
Yes.
Slagle. Fannin.
Yes.
Steichen.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Menninga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Yes.
Lovell. Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Ayring.
Yes.
Fitstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie.
Yes.
Runyon.
Thank you, Leanne, and thank you, Madam Chair. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Next, we'll move down to Ag and Zoning Committee. Mr. Bunting.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We met this afternoon at 5 o'clock prior to this meeting. Had some informational items, but no action items, so nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. Personnel Committee, Mr. Vietti. Okay, thank you. Public Property, Mr. Vidstum.
Our meetings, Donnie's report was pretty much the same as usual. One boiler went down in the new Law and Justice Center. The parts are ordered. I missed the Zoom meeting, Anita, or Alina, can you, any reports on that, or Zoom meeting with the new building?
No, I will forward out an updated schedule for you guys for the next 2 weeks so you can see what's going on, but things are going very well.
Very well.
They've worked in some pretty harsh conditions out there. We're pretty fortunate they got the work done that they did ahead of time, so if you're ever out that way, I suggest checking that out. But outside of that, nothing else.
Okay, thank you, John. Next is Admin Committee, myself. Couple things. Starting next month in March, we will be back to meeting in person for committees. We will meet here in the boardroom. That allows us to keep distance. But we will continue county board meetings in person and by Zoom. Also, just an FYI, come April, since we have not been able to do executive session minutes, just be prepared. In April's meeting, we're going to be here for a while. We need to get them done, and we cannot do them on Zoom. We cannot take that chance. No vacation, Mr. Fannin. Also, the strategic planning availability worksheets, if you have not done them and turned them in, please do so tonight if possible. And that's all I have. If anybody has any questions? If not, I'll move down to election rules and legislation. Mr. Kirkton.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Basically, our last committee meeting, we just kind of focused on general housekeeping as we kind of put stuff together, waiting for the state of Illinois to send us the census data here at the end of this month. Hopefully, knock on wood, they'll be on time. So we've kind of got a plan now, at least. We can get everything knocked out. I gave that to the committee earlier this week. And any committee member that didn't receive it, just let me know. But other than that, we got no action items tonight, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Veterans Assistance Committee, Mr. Kestner?
We met, had a routine meeting. We were informed that one of our high mileage vans, the transmission went out, and they're getting that looked at and repaired. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kestner. Information and Technology Committee, Mr. Fannin.
Yeah, we met tonight before this meeting, and we're replacing some cameras at the jail and at the Law and Justice Center, and hopefully we'll get into replacing the whole system at the jail, the whole camera system at the jail. It's been on our radar for a couple of years, and hopefully we'll get to that. We haven't had any bites yet on the positions that were put out for. So hopefully we'll get some bites on that and get somebody hired to help John out so we can get some of those bigger projects done.
Okay.
That's all, Madam.
Thank you. Livingston County Housing Authority, Mr. Slagle?
Yeah, well, we met last month. At the last sheriff's committee meeting, I asked some questions about their relationship with the housing authority, and they have apparently since contacted them, and it's all going smoothly now, so that's good. And then the Chatsworth property that they're trying to get the disposition of it, they're going to go ahead and submit the application to HUD for permission to list it for sale without the county board or Chatsworth's letter of approval, and see if it flies, and then they'll go from there depending on that result. And that's all there is there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mid Central Community Action, Mr. Wilkie?
Yes, thank you. Due to the COVID, we've only been meeting by Zoom, and as in most other cases, the Mid-County MCCA is having trouble financially with several things, not being able to have fundraisers and that, and they are considering dropping the LIHEAP program. Hopefully somebody else will pick it up, but that'd be a big misfortune for Livingston County. That's the end of my report.
Okay, thank you. Board of Health, Mr. Station?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. We have not met since the last report, so there's nothing to talk about.
Okay, all right. Mental Health Board, Mr. Vietti?
Yes, our next meeting is a week from today at 4 o'clock. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Now we're down to public comment. Anyone on Zoom or out here have any comment? John, who?
555-8899.
Oh, is that Becca? Is that Becca?
Yes.
Go ahead, Becca.
I was wanting to know if there were any updates on the Livingston County grant program to small businesses.
On our end, no. And there's, do you have anything, Alina?
No, I mean, I guess we can report that 2 applications have been approved, one for $7,000 and one for $3,000. And we have one other application pending. There was 2 in Fairbury. No, 1 in Fairbury, 1 in Campus, and 1 in Sonneman. So.
Outstanding.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
When does the deadline for that?
I believe it's the 26th.
26th of this
February 26th.
Next month? Okay, thank you.
Any other public comment?
If I may, I'll relay my experience that I had today trying to sign up for my COVID shots.
Okay, go right ahead.
I didn't get to my personal email, which it went to, until later on this afternoon, and I noticed, this is what I've been looking for. So I hopped into the email, followed the directions. I clicked on the right stuff, and I get to the website, and it shows that there's going to be some shots in Dwight, and there's going to be some shots in Pontiac. So of course I clicked on the Dwight link, and the date I believe was the 19th, and it's from 8 until noon, and all of the slots were full, all booked up. Unfortunately, I had to take a telephone call. Oh, before I took the telephone call, I flipped over and hit the Pontiac site, which is at Baptist Church or something, I believe. And there was one slot. Everything was filled up. There was one 15-minute slot, I believe 8:45 to 9 a.m. Had to take a telephone call. I was on the telephone call for a couple of minutes, went back onto the Pontiac site, it was gone. So I think it's very popular. People know that it's out there. They're signing up online, and they're filling those spaces fairly quickly.
Well, thank you for that information. Did you have something?
I do. Get your calendars out. Livingston County Farm Bureau is wanting to do their legislative breakfast at the Elks on March 12th. That will be the morning after our March meeting at 7:30. The only caveat is we are to be held to be under 50 people, and we need to practice all of the safety guidelines. So just get it on your calendar. If you guys can make it, that would be great. Every county board member is invited. It's by invitation only. All of our representatives, our congressman, aide, our senator, Kathy, all have the opportunity to speak and take questions. So we are planning on doing it March 12th, 7:30 at the Pontiac Elks. But please get your name out there first. We gotta hold it within 50. That's all they've got.
Jason, will we get notified through Alina?
Yep.
Thank you, Jason. And anyone else? Okay, if not, I need the magical vote, or,
Motion to adjourn by
motion,
Fannin.
sorry. Thank you,
Second.
Fannin.
I got you.
Mays, second. Roll call, please.
Vietti. Bunning.
Yes.
Kirkton.
Yes.
Manker. Berrickman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Fannin.
Yep.
Steichen. Schaefer.
Yes.
Miniga.
Yes.
Kestner.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Ritter. Mays.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Gehring.
Yes.
Fitstum.
Yes.
Arbogast.
Yes.
Wilkie. Runyon. The end.
Thank you, everyone, and be safe driving home tonight.